Hello, and welcome to this short demonstration of the Domino data sources feature included in the new Domino 5.0 release. Data scientists waste time figuring out where to find the data they need, getting access to it, and configuring the right tools to connect to it. Domino 5.0 streamlines that entire process with data connectors that let data science teams securely share and reuse common data access patterns. Accessing the Data tab within my Domino instance, I can see all the different data sources that have already been set up and that I have the permission to use. You can see here that we have a couple of S3 buckets, a couple of Redshift databases, and a Snowflake database. The initial configuration of these data sources can be done by both admins and users. Moving into one of my projects, I can now add the data sources that I want to be able to access from any workspace, job, model API, or web application that I create from within this project. Domino supports the use of both personal and shared service credentials for authentication. You can see that this Redshift data source has already been added to my project, and it has been configured by my administrator to use shared service credentials. I will now add an S3 data source to my project. As you can see here for this S3 bucket, this requires personal credentials, which I have already previously entered into Domino. And Domino has automatically validated them for me. Any credentials that are entered are then always associated with that particular data source and are securely stored within a secret store. I have now spun up a new Jupyter session from within this project, and as you can see in the Domino sidebar, my two new data sources are available for me to connect to. Using the Domino data access library that has been automatically installed into my workspace, I can now use these easily accessible standardized code snippets to establish a connection and interact with both file-based and tabular data sources. Using the S3 code snippet, for example, I can easily list all the files in my bucket. Using the Redshift code snippet, I can enter the name of one of the tables stored in this database and then easily read the top 100 rows into a pandas data frame. As you may notice, the Domino data access library is using standard SQL syntax when accessing tabular data sources, meaning that data scientists don't have to learn any new syntax when using the Domino data access library. Domino is handling the authentication to these data sources for me in the background, and importantly for governance, Domino is automatically tracking who uses them, when they are used, and in which projects. Once I have finished manipulating the data that I have read from my data source, I can then write it back out to that data source, or alternatively, write it to an internal Domino dataset where I can then take advantage of Domino's data versioning capabilities. In summary, Domino data sources enables data scientists standardized, governed, and secure access to external data sources so they can spend less time finding data and more time building models. Thank you.